Hi, everybody. I am just sitting here kind of reflecting on some things that are going on in my world right now. And I know that I'm not the only one, especially with these rare astrological alignments that we have going on right now. We're doing some deep rooted healing. And I don't know, it can get ugly for sure. And it can really be frustrating because in a sense, feel like a lot of the things from my past are being brought up, not so much on a huge level because they've already worked through a lot of it, but just on a smaller scale. But when you've already worked through these things, it can be really frustrating because you don't want to do it again. But what I've learned on my spiritual journey so far is that all of this stuff happens in cycles. It's not linear. Healing is not linear, meaning you don't start a healing process, it goes on a couple months, and then the healing is completely done. You start a healing process, you heal, then time goes on, you feel like you've healed it, you integrate the aspects that you have healed and accept those parts of you, those shadow qualities, and then the cycle begins again, and you have to keep peeling away and peeling away and peeling away at those darker aspects of yourself, which we all have. This isn't just me, and I'm glad I know that now, because in the past I was very hard on myself about this kind of stuff. But I definitely feel that this is another cycle of working through shadow qualities. And the only thing that's really I'm feeling an urge to either journal, document it in some way. And I thought, what better way than just to make a video, because I want to relate to other people. I know that I can't be the only person going through this right now. And I wanted to make this not only just to help other people accept what they're going through as well, maybe make them feel a little better about the process. And maybe we can share some experiences with each other if anybody is vulnerable and open enough to do so. But I don't know. I will be completely open book right now just because I want to be able to hold a space for other people, okay? So in my past, I've shared this before. I had drug addictions. I had just a lot of like behavioral addictions, specifically surrounding drugs and alcohol and things like that. So um, about 2 years ago, I really started to get on my spiritual path after a lot of traumatic situations that happened to me in my life. Which I don't blame anybody for now at this point. I feel like a lot of it was self-induced, and a lot of the people that did come into my life, um, where these traumatic situations were happening, they came in for a very important reason, to wake me the hell up. And I get that now. I look back and I completely understand it. But I do know that, I've been on here talking about the astrology and everything, excuse me, lately. And we've got this major Saturn Pluto conjunction with the South Node. And the South Node, and what a conjunction is when you look at a chart and all the planets are very, very close. Like, here's the three of them, they're like super duper close. And in January of 2020, they become exact. So they become like this. They're like sitting on top of each other, which makes the planet complete, which makes the energy of the planets completely intensified. And also it combines their energies. So, like I said before, just a little rundown: Saturn is obstacles and time restraints and hard lessons, responsibility building, learning how to live from a place of integrity, through learning hard lessons that take a long time, dedicating yourself, putting in the hard work so that, eventually the rewards will pay off. Now, Pluto is a transformational planet. It's the death and rebirth of yourself in some way, shape, or form. And oh, sorry, somebody is literally weed whacking on the side of my house right now. Go figure. Anyways, Pluto is the death and the rebirth. It's, if anybody's familiar with the phoenix rising from the ashes. Or there's a card in the tarot called the Tower, and the Tower is a card where people are falling off the building and the building's going up in flames. And it's just this whole idea that in order for us to really be brought into our authenticity and to be this person that we're here to be, that we're meant to be, in order to grow into that, everything must come crashing down and be rebuilt. So this is kind of the theme that I'm talking about right now in regards to shadow qualities. Well, recently I am a bartender, first of all, and I'm also a yoga teacher and everything, and I absolutely love being on the spiritual path. Obviously, working in a bar, you're surrounded by alcohol, right? And my roommate, I don't want to, talk too much about her. This is my video. Of course, I don't want to put anybody else's information out there, but she's a bartender too. We've just combined energies moving into the same household, and I feel a very strong resurgence of this like desire to want to drink again. But there's also a part of me that knows that that's not where I'm headed. And it's something that I really want to continue working through to try to get to the root, to the base of it, and work through it so that it doesn't become a hindrance in my life again. Surrounding myself with good, sorry, my arms are getting tired. Surrounding myself with good support systems, being around my yoga community, just keeping myself busy, but also taking the time to really sit down and reflect about these changes and these occurrences that are taking place in my life right now. So if you are experiencing anything like this, where you're noticing a pattern of something returning from your past, it's also Mercury retrograde that tends to bring up old behavioral patterns, old ways of being, old thought processes, old addictions, old relationships. It brings those types of things to the forefront for you to take a big, close look at, so that we can reflect on it, we can change it for the good, and we can keep moving forward stronger and this pillar of light more so than we ever were before, so that we can be there for other people when their cycle reemits and starts again. So if you're feeling this, there is a reason for it. We are going through some pretty crazy energies right now, but just know that this too shall pass. I've said that before, and just really stay strong. Try not to fall back into the hands of the addiction, or the hands of the old belief systems, or the hands of the old ways of being, wherever that may be for you. It doesn't have to be addiction or anything like that. As long as we're consciously aware of what's going on, we can help ourselves to work through this. But just make sure that you do have some type of support system. If you feel like you would like to reach out to me, I would be more than happy to be there and share experiences with you. I just really wanted to kind of get this off my shoulders and get this off my chest, whatever you call it, and share my experience, just to open up a platform for other people to feel comfortable doing the same thing. So you are not alone, and we will get through this. And we're still expanding and we're still growing, so it's not necessarily all a negative thing. And I feel like the more that we go through this, the more that we become warriors, and the stronger that we get, and the easier it becomes. So hang in there. I'm there with you. Enjoy your Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.